Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we talk about Tron Ares, a new movie out in theaters right now. Then Tron Ares deals with this program named Ares, who comes to the real world from the Tron world in order to get this magic MacGuffin that I'm not going to say what it is, and do this magic thing that I cannot say what it is, in order to help this, evil billionaire grandson of Dillinger from the first movie. And of course, people from Encom are trying to stop him. But, Ares starts to question things. And more stuff happens. Okay. If I get into any more details about the plot, the narrative, I'm going to be getting into spoilers, so I'm just going to stop there. All I'm going to say is that this is a very overcomplicated movie, and it really should not have been. Now, getting into first and foremost what I liked about the movie, from a visual standpoint, this is a very good looking movie, and the visual effects are definitely top of the line. The VFX work, for the most part, is very strong. I'm not going to say it looks perfect all the time. There are some VFX shots in the movie that don't look as refined as others. But then you have to recognize you're going through LA and it looks incredible. On top of that, I also have to give props to Nine Inch Nails for their music work in the movie. Nine Inch Nails have this, huge task of following in the footsteps of Daft Punk from Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy had one of the best movie soundtracks from any movie in the late 2000s to the early 2010s. There's just no competing with it. Tron Legacy's music is just incredible. And, they had the difficult task of, after Daft Punk broke up, of following in their footsteps. And I have to say, they did a real dang good job, which I'm not too surprised with, because the leader of Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, is a proven talent. Now, I will say I prefer Tron Legacy's music, but that's just me. Tron Ares, though, with its music, is still incredibly dang good. And that's really all I can say about this movie that was truly a positive, because everything else, what in the world? When it comes to the characters, the only good character in the entire movie is Ares. Like I said, Ares, he is a program. He works for Dillinger. Well, Dillinger's grandson. Dillinger's grandson's evil. But he starts to question things a lot. They do also at one point play, the Frankenstein scenario, but in reverse, where it's the creator that's the monster, not the creation. Because in the Frankenstein novel, the creation's the monster, not the creator. This movie, they kind of reversed that. Real neat twist on, the whole thing. Ares is the one good character. Everybody else is just your typical Hollywood character. The male characters are all submissive to women, except for Dillinger, who is the villain. The female characters, with the exception of Athena, can't do anything wrong. Just typical, stereotypical Hollywood nonsense. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, what would make things more interesting? Is if Ares was interacting with Sam Flynn from Legacy instead of this new girl, and the main villain was Dillinger's daughter, not Dillinger's grandson, because that overcomplicates things. Not only that, but you're having this new character interact with a proven, character that fans like and I like, but instead, no. Instead, Sam Flynn's not even in the movie. And they completely crap on him, even though I'm serious, I do not like the whole Sam Flynn situation in this movie. I can't get into it without getting into spoilers, so I'm just gonna stop here. What they do to Sam Flynn is almost as bad as what they did to John Connor in Terminator Dark Fate. Now, in terms of the narrative, Tron, the first two Tron movies, they have a simple narrative. Nothing special. With this movie, they tried to do more than just a simple narrative. But again, it's overcomplicated. They add in all these different things to make things more intense, but it's really not intense. And they literally forget about it when it's inconvenient to the plot. Yeah, that's what I call bad writing. There's also this new grid, because apparently you need a new grid in every Tron movie. That, again, is just overcomplicated, overcomplex, and honestly doesn't even look like something out of Tron. I'm serious, some of the buildings look like something out of Blade Runner, not Tron. And I'm just in there thinking to myself, that's Blade Runner, not Tron. The first two Tron movies, with their grids, you never saw the whole grids, but you at least got a good understanding as to what they looked like. And, I wouldn't mind going to either one of them. Just another random, complaint. Why was this rated PG-13? I'm dead serious. It's not any bit worse than any of the PG movies that I grew up with. Why is it PG-13? The one somewhat brutal moment in the movie, there were PG-rated movies that had the same thing that came out when I was a kid. So why was this PG-13? And it was depicted no differently. So guys, at the end of the day, Tron Ares is just a complete and utter mess. It's got an overcomplicated narrative that forgets about certain plot points when it becomes inconvenient. The characters are just stereotypes of typical Hollywood nonsense. The only good character is Ares, that's it. It has some nice visuals, and Nine Inch Nails, does a terrific job with the music. But at the end of the day, this movie just gets everything about the previous two Tron movies wrong. Everything that made the first two Tron movies unique cult classics. This movie just forgets about it and just craps on the past. I'm going to give Tron Ares a 2. I hope that if they, Disney adds the grid to Disney World, it is either the grid from the first Tron or the grid from Tron Legacy. Especially Tron Legacy. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as per usual, please remember,